Hi, I'm Tom Hipskind. I recently recorded drums in my home studio for a trumpet player and composer by the name of Ron Ruvio. And at the prompting of some friends, colleagues, and students, I decided to document the process. The result is this video, or more to the point, series of videos that have come out of that process. I started with listening to the song with the chart up, learning and practicing the more tricky passages, then recording and evaluating takes, and finally editing and post-production. Speaking of the chart, there should be a link to a PDF file of the drum chart that I was given in the post on my blog page or in the video notes below. Be sure and download that file because at times I refer to parts of the song that correspond to specific bar numbers. I want to thank Ron for allowing me to use his song for this demonstration. The song is called Saving Gin. I also want to thank my good friend Tyson Ellert for his invaluable help and advice in putting this all together. Finally, if you enjoy watching this video, if you don't mind, please give me a like and subscribe on the video channel. And please consider signing up for my mailing list, which should be in a link below. But if you don't find it, there's one right on the home page of my website, tomhipskind.com. I hope you enjoy, and most importantly, I hope you get something out of this. Thanks so much for watching, and here we go.
Okay, so we'll start here at the desktop. I have the tracks loaded into my session. I'm using Logic Pro, as you can probably see. And he sent me 3 different stems. We'll get into that later, but right now I have his demo track loaded in and soloed up, and we're going to just listen to that, just give it a rundown. I also have the chart here. He gave me a real nice detailed chart, and I really appreciate that because there are a few things here. There's some stuff up front. There are some rhythms written in, as we'll see as we go along, that are fairly challenging and bear a little bit of study. So let's check it out. Let's get started. Here we go. Measure 9. Nice horn melody here. Synth melody. More horn melody. You can feel it kind of build a little bit here. A little bit more density. Here comes a color change. Oh yeah. Top of page 2. Nice, Ron. Have to look that part over too. interlude here for a trombone solo, much like 56. So these rhythms above the staff here are clearly the bass part. Page 3. Seven 8 samba. So it's a pretty decent color change here. I believe it's a sax solo here. And that will be in the track that I record to, but it wasn't on the demo track. So we're building a little here. Really throughout this whole section, I feel a slow build. More still. This feels like a new plateau here. All right. Yeah. Really, really nice tune. I'm going to stop that. And we're going to look back at this chart here. So, as we noticed, a few notes here. Maybe I'll just kind of work backwards a little bit. But this whole last section here, coming out of the sax solo, it says "Stay Big Samba." It feels kind of weather report-ish to me, in that it doesn't go back to an A section and it doesn't quote a melody or anything like that. It sort of just builds up all the way to the end, and it feels like kind of a through composed kind of vibe, which I really, really like. I did another tune previously with Ron that kind of had that same effect to it, and it was really cool. So maybe that's just one of his compositional quirks. And like I said, I've heard it before in a lot of different things, and I think it's really cool. So, going back to the beginning, obviously there's some ink at the beginning, right at the top here, with some rhythms. And as you probably noticed, all these rhythms that are written above the staff tend to be the bass line, right? So anything I'm going to see above the staff, particularly at 41 here, that's kind of a bit of a color change leading into this crazy hairy rhythm. So these rhythms that are here, and then this one down here going into 48, this right here is a big over the bar line phrase, and there's a few of those throughout the chart. they keep kind of coming back. So it looks like there's a lot of ink on this second page, but honestly, it's not that bad. At 64, we can see that there are these rhythms written above the staff. This is all bass. That's all the bass lines, so it just kind of gives us the idea. We're just kind of playing time over that. This thing here, we'll kind of push that probably. And these rhythms here, again, there's some over-the-bar line stuff that I'm going to work out when I get on the kit. And here's where the trumpet solo starts in earnest at 72. And it goes out the bar before 88 with this cool little rhythm. And there's another interlude here at 88. And it's sort of the same thing, right? At 99, it's that solo section and that quirky over the bar line rhythm. And then at 107, it goes to a sort of a 16-bar build-up with the trombone solo. Now, if you notice, we have one bar here at 107, and it says play 14. Now, whenever I see something like this, I notice it because obviously the way it's written, it's a 15-bar phrase, but it's not. It's a 16-bar phrase, so 14 is a mistake. So what I'm going to do in my chart that I printed out, and I'm going to be reading off of it, I'm just going to cross that out and put a 15 instead of 14. So this is a 16-bar phrase. And it also ends right here, the bar before 123, with this same rhythm. So I don't have a lot of space to write it in. I might try to write it in below the staff, but that's just that rhythm that comes out of the solo. So I might just give myself a little mental note to play that, because this is a fairly obvious thing here at 87. And at 122, it will be the same thing. It comes right out of that solo, and then it goes into that sort of Charleston-ish rhythm, ba da 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 ba da 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 da, and then here is that same crazy rhythm that we have at here, bars 45, 6, and 7, right? It's the same thing. So I'm going to work this stuff out when I get on the kit. Probably won't be too crazy, but it looks kind of wild when you see it written in like that. And then when you get to 130, the energy level kind of drops a little bit. It's pretty mellow. And then it's just a slow build all the way to the end. So normally when I get a demo track with demo drums like this, the composer, producer, whomever I'm working with usually tells me, to take that drum track with a grain of salt. And I think this is definitely no exception. Ron always tells me, he just sort of put those drums in just as just something that he could go by while he was composing and all that. But I don't want to listen to this demo too much, right? I don't want to be too influenced by this drum track. I want to kind of come into it with fresh ears. So I'm going to switch over now to being at the kit and listening to the tracks without drums, and we'll see what happens there. Okay, so here we are at the kit, and I'm just starting. Before we get into recording, I want to work out some of those challenging spots. So the first one is right at the top, this crazy rhythm right at the top. So here's what the session sounds like with click track. Here we go. Okay, so that rhythm is something. Let's slow that down and just work it out. Just figure out what the rhythm is. It's written nice and clear in the chart. So let me take it slow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and then we're into the tune. Once again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, boom. A little bit faster. Okay? A little bit faster than that. This might be close to the tempo. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Now, the next step is to kind of orchestrate it around the kit a little bit. So it's not, obviously, I'm not going to play it just machine gunny on the snare. We want to give it some shape and some contour. So something like that. Good. Okay, let's try it with the track. Just not recording yet. We're just doing a little rehearsal take at the top. Here we go. Okay, not bad. Maybe a little on the loose side, but the more we do it, the tighter it'll get. So the next spot I'm looking at is at measure 45. That messed up rhythm at 45, and it has a real nice over the bar line component in the first 2 bars of that figure. So starting at 41, 4 bars before, it has that da 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 da. Let's start there and just listen to it. Okay, so one thing I notice about this phrase in particular, it feels like the over the bar line part is in the first bar and the second bar, right? Da 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 da, and then da 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 starts on the third bar. So what we can do is what always helps for me when I'm trying to figure out difficult passages or over the bar line phrasings and things like that, especially in odd times or mixed meters, is try and find the larger beat. So these 2 bars, bar 45 and 46, right? The 3 bars before 48, but in particular those first 2 bars, 45 and 46. I'm hearing that as a 7/4 instead of a 7/8, right? So let's just slow down this rhythm again, just like we did at the top. Okay, once again, 3, 4, 5. Right? So that's what I mean by, instead of thinking da 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 da, I'm thinking da 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 da, and it comes out, right? It comes out as one big bar of 7/4. Da 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 da. So that helps me feel it a little bit better, right? A little bit faster. All right, a little bit faster. One. Right, so I think I might, because he says, in the chart, he says open hi-hat here, so I might kind of slosh the hi-hat there. I think it might be kind of a nice effect, hopefully, with my left foot. And again, we want to give it some shape and some contour, not just machine gun snare. Okay, let's rehearse, starting at 41 with the track and see how it comes out. Okay, not great, not terrible. Let's try it one more time. Okay, something like that. Okay. What's the next spot? I think the next spot is 68 to 72, basically, right? Because that's kind of a messed up rhythm there too. I know I'm saying messed up, but you know, it's just it's something that has the potential to get messed up when played by human beings. That's 60. Let's see. What's a good spot to, I guess 64, maybe? 64, 65. Okay, so starting at 68, right? That's where, in 69, that's where the weird offbeats start coming in. So, and I'm hearing on, actually, let's just go to, start it at 68 for now. I don't think we need to go so far back. Right? So there's a sort of a false downbeat on the last eighth note of bar 69. So I would do either that, right, or something like that at the very end of 69, and then in bar 70 there's a 16th note on the E of 2. If we're thinking with the quarter note orientation, it would be the E of 2, right? This is a really strange. Let's slow it down once again. E, 4. So starting at 68. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Right? Let's slow it down even more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Here is 68. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ba da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da da da. And that's 72, right? Thanks, Ron. Oh my. Once again, 68. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Da 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 da. da 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 da. 1, 2, 6, 7, 1, 2, da 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 da. Okay, a little bit faster. Can't really do this on the snare this time, right? It's kind of because it's just got accents kind of popping out here and there. Da, da, da. A little faster. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. 1, 2, da da da. Okay. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. 1, 2. Okay. I'm going back 2 bars to 66. So 2 bars before 68 is where the track will start. And I'll come in right at 68. Okay. Wasn't pretty, but I got there. One more time. 2 bars before 68, and I'll come in at 68. Okay, that was pretty good. So, you know, in a musical sense, I don't have to really kind of bludgeon each one of those hits. You know, it's about phrasing my time around this stuff. You know, around the melody. You know, it's playing, and this is how we, as drummers, have the chance to play in sort of a melodic way. We focus our time around these phrases.
Phrasing?
Okay, so let me just back up all the way back to 64. Here's 64. And I just want to rehearse this one more time. Right, so that's all I need to do. I don't have to make a huge deal out of these, out of these rhythms. I can just kind of play around it and acknowledge it's there, and just hopefully have time going underneath it that sort of fluidly just kind of moves along with it. So yeah. And I think that's pretty much it. The only other thing I would say is probably at 80, the bar before 88. It's just a quick little rhythm, going out of a solo and into another solo. So here's 84. This is what it sounds like at 84. That's all it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, ba 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 da da. 1, 2, 3, 4, and da da da. Let me try that again. And it goes into a real nice, at 56, as when we listen to it over there, 56 has a nice kind of free, the bass drops out, and it has a nice free-ish kind of interlude feeling to it. 88, where we are here, it's the same thing. It's sort of like a sort of drum and percussion heavy. I'm not going to go nuts there, but it feels like, it feels like this free kind of thing that has a real nice, it lays a real nice bed for the soloist to to sort of transition to their solo. And it starts the trumpet solo and it starts the trombone solo. I think I might be ready to do a take. I think we're at that point now. I've worked through the challenging stuff. Hopefully I'll have it. I'm probably going to mess up a lot of stuff, but it's really at this point where I'll say, okay, I'm going to do my first take, but I really kind of consider it a rehearsal take because I have not played this song all the way through yet. I've played little bits and pieces of it, but I haven't really played the song all the way through. So I have no confidence that the take I'm about to do is going to be the final take. You never know, but I pretty much know. Okay.